All right. Hello, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to the Showcase of Flute Specialists. We're going to be talking about ergonomic head joints, adaptive instruments, lightweight alternatives, and things of that ilk. We've got 4 different head joints we're going to be showcasing this morning, and they are two from Flute Lab and 2 from Bertram. So we're going to start with Flute Lab. We've got this one. It's got a malachite stuff around the end here. This is called the Swan head joint. And with all of these, the thing to remember is they give you guidelines. What I really like about Flute Lab is that they give you guidelines. They give you a whole booklet. They give you all kinds of things that will help. I'm going to go over those in a second, like some rests and things. But honestly, it all comes down to what is going to work best for you. And the only way to try that is to come try them, because it's all going to be a little bit of a learning game. And everybody is different, which is why I really like these, because let's be real, this is a metal stick. Why do we conform ourselves to a metal stick? We should conform the metal stick to us, right? So the best way to do that is to start with these and then conform it to you, right? So this is going to be the Swan head joint. With these, you're going to line up the embouchure hole. Instead of where you normally would down the front, you're going to line it more towards the back of the keys. And so I find that with this one, it's really easy to play. I don't really feel like I need a thumb port or a thumb rest, but they do provide that. It's just a clip-on. Right. So it goes just like this, and it clips on the back of your flute if you'd like to use this with clip-on right there. You can obviously change that as needed, but you're going to see that it's not quite vertical, but it's also, it takes out this, right? So a lot of us have those issues with our shoulders and our neck. And so this makes it very ergonomically friendly, very easy to play. And what I like a lot about it is that I don't feel like I've changed anything. That's what's really nice, right? So it's also got a really nice full sound, which a lot of times we think these ergonomic head joints is going to change, and oh, it's not going to sound so good. I beg to differ. They sound great. And if you have any questions for the maker, please let me know. I have the information. I'm happy to get you in touch with them. Maybe they can even alter it specifically for you. They're alive. They made them. Why not ask? Right? So this is the Swan head joint, again, by Bertram. And feel free, if you have any questions, raise your hand and we'll talk as we go. Our next one is going to be the vertical head joint from Bertram. I say it looks like a 7. A little bit. And this one is going to be a little bit more different, right? So you have 2 places where you can change it. So obviously you can change this direction, but you can also change this direction. So if you find it's not quite right, you don't want to alter your body, right? You want to move here, right? So you want to find that perfect angle for you, which is probably going to change. But again, you alter the metal stick to you, not the other way around. So again, this is going to take a little bit of a learning curve. You can alter your tuning here. What feels best to me, right? Does it feel better out here? Does it feel better here? And I find, again, I don't really need that thumb port, but you have that option, right? You also have the option of a neck strap, and you have the option of a crutch. So you can use this as you're sitting. What I've found with this one, and hopefully everybody can see me here, what I've found with this is that unless you're a very tall person, it works better if you put it on the chair more than if you put it on your leg, because then it's going to be too high. And some people find that they need all kinds of extra assistance, so they like both. They like to use the neck strap, they like to use the thumb port, they like to use all of the different things. But I find that, and I don't have that on there quite right, but this is going to be a little easier. And now I'm not no weight anywhere, and I can move. And this is really easy and really nice. I'm going to have to alter the change of this a little bit. So again, we don't want this happening, right? But that's going to be way easier. But if I put it up here on my leg, you can see it's going to be too high. That works. So that's the crutch, but it also comes with obviously a neck strap that you can hook right on here. It also comes with this little guy. This is for your left hand, which is kind of fun. So you get a crutch for the left hand. And that's going to hook right on there, just like the other one hooked. This is going to hook right on there. And now you've got like that. I'm not hooking it on, but you can see where it would go. Obviously, you can change where it's going to go best for you, which is a lot of fun. Yes, ma'am.
With the crutch on the chair, does it cover up the hole at the bottom?
Does it cover it? It does not. So you can see there's a space. Yeah, there's a space. So it doesn't go all the way down.
Okay.
I mean, I guess you could make it. No, you'd run out of space.
I don't think you want the hole covered, but it looked like it.
No, you don't. You don't. But when I was playing with it earlier, it didn't seem to make any difference. You're welcome to absolutely try it if you like.
All right.
So again, yes.
I stepped in late, so I don't know. We're just talking about purchasing like the headpiece and then the accessories, correct?
I'm sorry, say it again.
You just purchased the head joint and the accessories, right?
They come with
the whole flute.
Oh, correct. This goes on whatever flute you have.
So what type, do you have different type of head joints and materials in them to sound as good a quality as some of our other head joints?
That's an excellent question. We were just talking about that. So what's lovely is these, as far as I know, only come in silver, but the makers are still alive and well, and they are making these. Why not ask them? So if you'd like their information, I can totally give that to you. And like, can you make these in gold? Can you make these with platinum? Can you make these with titanium or whatever? You know, I'd like it to match the screws in my thumb, please and thank you. What can we do to make this really fit me? Because if we're already starting with this and it's already adaptable, why not adapt it to you? Right? So I think that could be a possibility. At this point, this is what is available, but it's a total possibility. Yeah. So that would be, again, the Bertram vertical head joint. Okay, then we're going to go over to, I'm sorry, that's Flute Lab. That is Flute, both of those are Flute Lab. These are Bertram. We're going to go over to the vertical head joint for Bertram. As you can see, this is a little different. This is the one I think really looks like a 7. Yeah, just a little bit, right? Yeah, so it comes in 2 pieces. So when you get it, it comes in a typical head joint case, but it comes in 2 pieces. So there's a little bit more getting used to that with this, right? So you're going to put these 2 together, and then you're going to put it on your flute. I have a heavy wall, so I already had to put tape on all of these, but they are set to go. There is, the difference with this is that there's not an accessory case and booklet that comes with it. It's more choose your own adventure, learn as you go. But as you can see, like there are thumb ports that come with it. They're a little different. They look like this. So kind of similar to, yeah, there's a little bit of a cork. There's double sticky tape here that can go where you need it to go. You could put it on your left hand. You could put it on your right thumb. There's a whole lot of options, right? So we can go here, and now it matches, which is kind of nice. You can also, you've got a way to put it on the left hand if that works. To me, that doesn't really work, but it could be possible. I mean, you have so many options with this tape. Take it off, find another spot. And it's not going to damage your flute, which is nice. So this is with Bertram. Again, these are all solid silver. And it's just about finding that perfect angle for you. What I find is that there is a bit of a learning curve here, like where does my thumb go? Am I pushing up? Am I pushing out? The danger I feel is if you're going to go this way, and you know, that's probably not the direction you want to be going. But you have a lot of options, right? So it's really nice full sound. So you're not going to sacrifice any of that quality just because it's not straight. Doesn't mean anything. Who cares what it looks like as long as it sounds good, right? And one of these might sound better with you than with me. So I urge you to come try them. So that would be the Bertram.
Did you say that one has 2 places to change?
Yes, it does. So you have right here. So it comes apart just like that. So you can move here. You can also move there. But I mean, you are somewhat limited because, you know, if you can't swim around backwards, that's not going to be good. Okay. And then I come to our 4th head joint. And if anybody has any questions again, please let me know. And this is the 30-degree head joint from Bertram. It's very similar to the Swan, but as you're going to see, they are not the same. So they're similar, but not quite the same, right? Yeah. So they are going to be a little bit different. This is in one piece. This is in several pieces.
Well, Weissman or some of the other case companies design or make their case in special, so you can add it in.
Oh, I'm sure. Wiseman seems to be really able to just design whatever you need. You know, would you like 5 flutes in one case? Absolutely. Alternative? Not a problem. He's good about that, right? So as you can see, again, it's very similar to the Swan. The angle is a little bit different. And again, you're going to probably want to line that embouchure hole up with the back of the keys instead of the front of the keys. But so again, we got a nice full sound. We're not sacrificing any of that quality. Could they make it in heavy wall? Maybe. Worth a shot, right? Would you like a different riser? I'm sure there's always an option, so it's worth asking about. The biggest thing that I find with any of these head joints, again, it's all like you have to go try them for yourselves. What's the best angle for me? How do I feel after I play this for a while? Like I can demonstrate this for 10 seconds, but it's very different to try it yourself. How does it feel on your neck? How does it feel on your thumbs? Where are your pressure points? How have they changed from we go here to here? Where are those pressure points now? What is it that I need, right? So I'm just curious with everybody who's in the room, has anybody had any kind of issues, shoulder-wise, neck-wise, back-wise? Yeah, okay. Wrist, you know. Yes, right. And is that why this is interesting? Is that taking pressure off of those certain places? Who has wrist concerns? Okay. Shoulder, neck? Yeah, okay. So I want to talk about the neck for a minute. One of the things that I have noticed as I've been trialing these over the years is that you want to make sure that you don't bring yourself to the flute, because it's that I want to get it right feeling of like I want to make this work. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, right? Try something else. But you bring it to you, and then instead of I will find this and doing this with it, if you can put yourself in front of a mirror or have somebody watching, like, am I like reaching for this? Because we just tend to do that when we're trying new things. So if you've ever had any Alexander lessons or body mapping lessons or any of those things, and they teach you to ground and feel like you're coming from the ceiling and all those things, right? Because you want to let your arms hang. You let them hang from the flute instead of bringing yourself to it, right? So the head joint is only going to be as good as we let ourselves be, right? So we don't want to get into the flute. Let the flute come to you. So it's something to be aware of. And if you do find yourself with neck issues, I've got some exercises we can go over here in just a second. Same with wrist, same with elbows, same with back, same with, you name the body part, I got an exercise for it. That's one of the things that I find with all of these different head joints is to make sure you are not making the situation worse, you know, unconsciously, right? So that would be our 4th head joint. Do we have any more questions about the head joints? Yes, sir.
So I know in my experience, like curved alto head joint versus straight, I find that there's often a difference in intonation. You know, I find that intonation is better on the straight head joint, but it's like comfortable on the curve. So do you find that that is a thing that happens with these as well, since there is a sort of a bend that there's some intonation different tendencies in the mask?
I'm glad you asked that. So this actually comes in one of these boxes. Comes with this little guy to help you check the placement of your cork, because you can't, like normally you'd stick the rod up there to check. You can't do that with these. So it comes with this, so you can check that placement of the cork. And then obviously you can adjust. So we're going to pull out just a little bit here. We're going to pull out just a little bit here. So you have multiple, what I like more about these, you're able to adjust in multiple areas instead of just the one. So are they more or less? Could be. So that's a great question. But there are ways to be able to check that head joint cork placement. Yes, ma'am.
Like the Swan, how do you clean it? How do you get the near the core dry?
That's a great question. Well, they also provide one of these, which is for saxophones.
How do you get it in the closed? I mean, how do you get that up there?
Oh yeah, so it's got a flexible tube, and you just take it up there and then back. So instead of just a rod, it'll fit. So for, you were saying like this guy?
Yeah, that's the Swan.
Yeah, that's the Swan. Yeah, you would just take this and snake it up there, and like, I hate to say it, cleaning the toilet. With the snake. That's what comes to mind, I'm sorry. So, snake it up there and snake it back. Because, I mean, there's no way, you have to have something flexible to get up there. So That's what comes with it. If anybody else has a better idea, I'd be really interested, but this is what comes with it. So this is what the maker thinks should work best. Yeah, does anybody else have any questions about the head joints? Oh, you're all gonna come try it up there, so it's fine. So, okay, I have two more.
Perhaps
Yes.
so you tried them all.
Yes.
What fits the best for you?
Ooh.
Or what is your feeling?
That's a very loaded question because it depends on, it's such an individual thing. Personally, I like the Swan best because I feel like between either the Swan or the 30 degree, I feel like they're both, I don't notice a difference with here versus here, and my shoulders don't bother me. My neck doesn't bother me. My wrists don't bother me because I don't have to contort.
Yeah.
And you don't have to contort with the vertical either, but there's more of a learning curve because it's so different than here.
Yeah.
Because if you're used to pushing this way and now I'm not pushing, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Right? So the other two have less of a learning curve. They feel more natural to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I'm trying to take any tension off of my right hand
Uh-huh.
thumb. Usually I just sort of use it to keep the flute from rolling, but somehow over the years I've done too much of that. So I don't know if this will, I mean, you still have your thumb happening then.
You do.
with these, yeah. It's like it sits on your thumb, kind of, like a clarinet or what?
Oh, you mean with the vertical ones?
Yeah.
They do, yeah. So, but they're different, and it's one of those you really have to try them each to see
Yeah.
which one is more comfortable to you.
Yeah.
Because with this one, you really don't have any support.
Yeah.
You're holding here and then pushing here,
So you have nothing
So,
under your thumb.
you have
no
nothing.
thing there. It's just like.
but they do provide those. So there are the clip-ons.
Yeah.
There's the support from here, and there's the neck
A
strap.
support from. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't.
It's okay. So you've got this, and this goes on the bottom,
Oh, yeah.
and you clip it onto the bottom. And if you put it on your chair, it works very well.
Oh.
Yes, I definitely recommend it. Speaking of that, this is a little different. We have this, and this just came out. It's an alto bass. I think it can also be used for regular flute, C flute. And so it's adjustable. And what's really kind of fun is if you, like for your example, you really don't want to use one of those, you can just set it here. And you can put the flute on it and it will move around. But what's fun about this,
Yeah. You can adjust.
it converts.
the height, Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you can put it.
Oh.
It converts, right. Yeah, so you can put it here and you can put the alto flute there and move it around, and now you have all that weight taken off your right arm.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's great.
And it obviously goes up and down. This is brand new, so
Who makes that?
I don't know who makes it. Do you?
Yeah, I think that's a Mac stand, but we have it at the
Mac
flute
stand?
specialist.
All of this, the
Yes.
parts are all available.
All of them
there.
are at 204.
Okay.
204. And there are two different of these yokes. So if you have an alto or a bass, it can be altered to fit your instrument. And the other two I want to demonstrate real quickly. Have you guys seen this?
No.
No? Oh my gosh, you have to try this. GUO, goo, wah, wah, goo. I don't know how you say it. Super lightweight. It weighs nothing. So I played this with my flute choir. The kids absolutely loved it. They could play bass flute and their arms don't hurt, nothing hurts. There's no fatigue. It's impervious to temperature. What's bad? Nothing, right? And like I'm a piccolo player, so like bass flutes are not my jam, but boy, I mean it. I'm not the best to demonstrate this in the morning.
The only problem with these plastics is if something goes wrong, you can't really repair it. Is that true?
That's a good point. I'm not 100% sure about that.
I thought that-
But they're also, you mean like if you dropped it and it cracked?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you can't just take apart everything and stick it back on, sort of. I'm not sure. That's just
I'm not
what
sure
I've
either.
heard. So.
That's an excellent point.
The tubing is plastic as well.
It is composite. It's extremely lightweight. I'd urge you to try it. Like I said, I'm not really a bass flutist, so my demonstrating of this is not going to give it its glory. I'm more of a piccoloist, so this is not my jam. But I love, if I was going to buy a bass flute, I would buy this one. However, if you are into the more traditional style, you've probably seen this guy floating around.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the DeJow bass flute. Comes with its own peg, just like a cello. So you can alter it so you're standing, and obviously this is not going to work. So you have to find that, obviously you have to find that perfect angle, which is also going to be a bit of a challenge, right? But I do like that it gives you the freedom to stand or sit, right? So I can either go this way or go this way. But again, it's not right because I'm starting to do this. So you have to play with it a little bit. But
How's your right hand there? Because when I tried it was not comfortable for
No?
my right hand. It's okay for you, huh?
it is okay, but I found myself not pushing into that. And something else I've noticed, you can also adjust this up and down. So on the back here, yeah, so this moves. But no, I'm not pressing into it too much because I'm letting more of the weight rest on my left and letting the weight rest in the floor. And that's a lot of key, is letting it rest in certain places instead of making it do things. Yeah, well. But then again, finding that right angle for you. I'm sorry I'm rushing, we just don't have, we have so many things to talk about. But so we have all these different options, which is really nice, right? So you can play this standing or you can play it seated, and you don't have any of that weight on your wrist or on your shoulder or on your neck, which is a really nice option to have. But if you did, you could sit over here and very much. So there's lots of options. How many minutes do we have? 3 minutes. Okay, so rush through it. I have a couple of exercises I can show, but also I wanted to ask if anybody else have any more questions about these fun instruments.
Do you have your own website?
Me? Yes. Mine is musicstrong.com. That is my website. Yes, I do fitness training for musicians, focusing on injury prevention through strength training.
No way.
Way.
I just said that out loud, so sorry.
You did. It's a thing. And I wrote a book called Musicians Essential Exercises, which I will be signing at the booth here right after that. So if you'd love to come and try these instruments, please do. I'll be signing these and helping guide you through this wonderful process of these amazing instruments, because you cannot, it just doesn't do it justice until you try it, because it's very different for everybody, right? Everybody's built a little different and your preferences are going to be different. Kind of like trying a new head joint, you know? You might like it one day and the next day you try it and like, I don't know, and then you go back and forth and suddenly it's, oh, this is, by the way, my shoulders don't hurt anymore, right? So real quick, any more questions? Because if not, I'm going to show at least one exercise. Okay. Wrist, neck, or shoulders? Front of the shoulders? Where does it hurt the most? Point at it.
Right over.
Oh, okay. Right here? Oh, there's
Yeah,
so
that
many
too.
things. Okay.
Yeah, this and this,
This and this. Okay.
going over.
Got it. Okay. So there's a whole lot of things we can do. Something I want you to remember is that the site of pain is not necessarily the source of pain. So if something hurts, a lot of times that area is weak instead of tight. So when you stretch it, it could get worse. It's not the problem. The thing on the opposite side might be causing the issue. So like a lot of times if we have issues right behind the shoulder blade, it's weak. The problem is here, it's tight, or here, or it could be a lot of other things. So we all mentioned here, because we don't have space or time, there's a really great stretch you can do that will stretch out the front of your shoulder. If you were along, I have nothing to do with it, but if you were along a wall, you'd put your arm out to the right. So say it's your right arm that bothers you, put it out straight to the side. You'd straighten it along the wall, and if your elbows are hypermobile, you would obviously put your entire arm along the wall so it's stabilized, and then you're just going to twist away, right? You're not pushing, none of that. You're just going to twist away. What that does is that'll stretch that'll stretch your bicep in the front of your shoulder. You can also use that to stretch your chest. But if the issue is in the back, you need to strengthen the back. But I think the neck tends to be an issue. Yeah, okay, so this is one we can all do real quick. You're going to take, let's see, right side. Everybody put your right arm behind your back. I want you to look straight ahead. Take your left hand, put it on your right temple, pull straight over gently towards your left shoulder. Right? Pull your right shoulder down towards the ground, slightly, right? So you're pulling down and you're pulling over. Now take your hand, go right above your eyebrow, and gently press back. You feel a lovely stretch right there. This is all very gentle, very, very gentle, right? Okay, that's stretching a muscle here called your SCM. So it's like when you look up diagonal, that's where you're going. I want you to gently press into your hand, about 5% of your max strength, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Went farther, didn't it? And now come relax. That's called PNF stretching, proprio neuromuscular facilitated stretching. PNF is easier to say. So what that means is it helps your body overcome its stretch reflex faster. So this tends to be tight. Why? Because we do this. This muscle flexes you forward. It also twists you. Now it's a little bit more into balance. We also have to make those stronger. So there are exercises you can do to make those stronger, but now at least a little bit more into balance.
Is this stretch on your website?
It is. It's also in my membership and it's in my book and my
Okay,
YouTube channel.
I have your book.
It's all the places. Yes. Does
Okay.
anybody else have any questions? That went by so fast. Yes, ma'am.
I have pain in my thumb.
In thumb.
Right thumb.
Okay. Down at the bottom?
No, sort of in the joint.
Ah.
Arthritis probably.
Yes. I hate to say it, but apparently, according to all the certified hand therapists I've talked to, that is the #1 place where women especially will get arthritis pain first.
Oh.
Sorry. I don't know if there's anything we should do about it.
But then I was doing this stretch, which stretched here.
Uh-huh.
This is
Does it help?
really- Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I get it acupunctured.
Oh.
Can also be thing. And you might look into dry needling, which uses acupuncture needles,
That's
but
what
it's
I'm
different.
doing.
Right?
And she has stronger needles if you're really tense,
Right?
which I get. I have chronic knot problems
Yes.
and they work.
Yes.
Dry.
Dry needling. You can get that from a physical therapist, occupational
What does
therapist,
that
massage
mean?
therapist.
Like if they don't stick a needle in.
That
They
means
do.
there's no anesthetic.
No drugs in it. They go and can get
They're
it with
very,
the
very
muscle.
fine needles.
Yeah.
No,
Make
not
it
the
twitch
flat
and
needle.
change the
Yours are?
That's it.
Oh, okay, so you don't actually have to.
Yes, ma'am.
So I have a tremor.
Yes, essential tremors? Yeah,
It
Me
just
too.
started like a
thank
few
you.
months ago.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's coming from the nerves up here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have like a teacher there that's like musician mom. She says that my back is probably pretty weak. But whenever I use my back muscles or like pick up something heavy, it just starts. So
Oh, no.
it happens throughout the day. Like the longer it goes on, the more shaky I get.
Is it both sides?
Yes, but my left side is the worst.
Got it. Yeah, so something to remember is anytime you have something bilateral, meaning both sides, check to the spine. The spine can be the culprit. Doesn't mean it's the only thing, but it's something that can contribute. That's a great question. We should talk in detail later because I think we're done, but that's a really great question. Yeah. Thank you all so much for coming.
Yeah.
Please come by the booth and
That
try
was-
these. Thank you so much.
That was great.
Thank you so much. Good to see you.
Mhm. You too.
I was one of those. How long
Say again?
As long as you're-